it.
Here we go. What's up, YouTube? Y'all don't understand how much stress we've been going through in the last little bit.
Been waiting for this.
This has been a wild 24 hours.
Hey,
We made it. Sorry.
can we just say, does it get any better than mimosas at 8 o'clock in the morning and
No.
pancakes to a Ross Chastain victory?
At the end of the day. Almost the beginning of the next.
It is Christmas.
I mean, I went to church, so I think that's much better.
Calm down, calm down.
Calm down.
And you can't
I don't disagree with you, but like, all right, calm down. I'm guaranteed to miss like 3 Sundays a year, and this is one of them.
It's a
'Cause
good one
The
to
other
miss.
2, I'm gonna be at Daytona. So like,
I'm not gonna lie. If you're gonna miss one for being at home at a race, it's this one. It was this. It was today.
man, what a day, fellas! What a day!
Well, I don't want to talk too much about it because I haven't started the actual show yet. All right.
We had a lot of
I gotta
ups
send
and
the link.
downs.
Hold on, I gotta send the link. I gotta do the thing.
Do your thing. Send the links out. What's up, Kuzman? Brent, good to see ya. Yep. We'll get to talking about
Are we
that. Don't
saving
worry.
this for a reason, or is this up for grabs?
I don't know what it is. What is this?
Yeah, tear in, bro.
Oh,
We got watermelon. my guy. We got watermelon.
I was saying, this has been
Watermelon.
really tempting me the whole time.
Yenny, what's up? Good to see ya.
I thought you were trying to feed me it.
All right.
This watermelon been
Want
sitting here
some?
for about
No,
6 months since
it's
September.
fermented. No, I don't want it.
All right. Let me. Are you ready for me to start the actual show?
I
or-
actually don't see our thing in YouTube. Hold on. There it is. There it is. Got it. Got it.
All right, open up, Jakey.
I swear to God, don't freak me out.
Jakey.
Toss it.
Crazy.
Toss it.
We have spent way
No, I
too much
can't
time
move.
together the last few days.
You're like a hibachi chef over there. Open up, big boy, big boy. Open up. Here you go. Wow. Oh.
Was it like the
Oh my god.
Yeah. Jeff over here, like, you get a
Oh,
watermelon.
Japanese butterfly.
You get a watermelon.
Japanese
You in the
butterfly.
chat. You get a watermelon.
Butterfly.
In
Butterfly.
case anybody's wondering,
Egg roll.
we
egg
are
roll.
slightly excited about this race.
You think? All right, we haven't even started the race yet. Let me know when we're good, and I'll do the intro, and then we can get talking about the race. I don't want to talk about the race yet until we get to the actual show.
Jeff just slurping on
This
his
is
phone.
just the YouTube pre-show.
Drop it. Let's go.
All right, we good? Okay, we good. All right, here we go.
Wait.
Wait. Turn down your volumes. We all got audio going on in our phones.
Mine's
Yep.
down.
Me. Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Willy B chokes again at the end of the race and loses out to a watermelon farmer from Florida.
Oh,
Denny Hamlin runs out of gas, and Kyle Larson manages to wreck 2 cars in one day. We are here for the speed. What is up? It has been a wonderful, merry motorsports Christmas. We are glad to be with you guys. It has been great. The end of the day, perfect. And I move on to, I'm joined by
Local Ross Chastain fan for Orlando.
He has to bring out the flag. Hold.
I don't think anyone can hear you.
Careful. No one can hear him
It's
right
all
now.
upside out.
Ross Chastain fan.
For those in the
fan
podcast,
refuses to wear a Ross Chastain t-shirt.
We have a flag, a signed flag. It was the Texas. I don't even know what you call that. The Busch Light Texas scheme with the bullhorns. That's a pretty tight scheme.
Anyways,
And we're joined by
Ross Chastain fan Jacob.
Wow.
Just Jeff, I'm eating watermelon.
Can you pass that watermelon? I gotta have some for today.
What is up, everyone? Matthew's here. Matthews here.
Plural.
This was a good Brad day.
Top 5.
We're back.
was actually
He
pretty-
was cooking.
It was so weird.
He
'cause
cooked the top 5.
He cooked the top 5.
It was so weird because it's like all the chaos going on in the first 3 positions, and then just Matt's over here like, Brad's in 6th.
We're gonna get a top 5.
and then Denny Hamlin pits and goes and gets gas. He's like, it's a top 5.
Let's go. Rome wasn't built in a day.
It's a good day. It is a good day.
It is a great day. This was a great motorsports
Man.
Christmas.
What a day!
Yeah.
Before we kind of get into the race, what a day!
What a day.
What a day!
What a couple of days.
Well,
Well, for you,
We-
you don't,
we-
that doesn't count.
some
Oh,
of
yeah.
us, some of us had
Jake,
a.
make sure this doesn't spill because while I do this,
Some of us had a whole day yesterday. Me and Jeff,
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of stuff. if
Feeding
you're
each other
paying attention on
watermelons.
our social media, it's there's race cars, there's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you want to know what we did yesterday? Go to social. But
Well, we could probably drop what we're doing.
I mean, we got a race car chassis. And we're gonna build the most like
was the
bad to the
most-
bone simulator there's ever been.
That was the most like nonchalant. Like, yeah, we got a
I
race
mean,
car
you know.
chassis. Yeah, just like what you do on a Saturday. It's what it doesn't
That's what
everybody.
we do.
I mean, if you know us, that's probably
That's a
par
pretty
for the
normal
course,
Saturday around
but
here,
I was that's
you know?
pretty par for the course to do stuff in that wheelhouse.
I mean,
But
you
like
know,
everyone driving up the road didn't think so.
it was funny yelling at the cyclist.
Everyone's just like,
No
bro,
way."
what?
I will
But-
say. Well, I'll save it for later. But anyways, it was so we did that, and then me and Jeff stayed up way too late playing darts last night till
You guys were party animals yesterday.
1-2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know,
Pretty late.
way too late.
You guys get a chance, drop your
Yeah,
votes in the chat for rating the race.
Yep. And then DJ showed up to my house and woke me up at about 7:45 this morning. So
It was like 7:50.
okay, 5 minutes.
In all
right,
fairness,
got you. My bad.
It was
My
kind of
bad.
funny because I walked into Jake's house and literally all of a sudden I walk in. What? Huh? I don't know. Was there a message?
No, check the show sheet.
Oh, what am I supposed to?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to derail this whole thing, but
Oh, sorry. What am I? Oh gosh, is it something in yellow? Jeez,
It
I
is.
can't read that.
well,
Can't really
We
either.
do not have. I can fix that. Thank you.
What does it say?
Boom.
I'm so sorry.
That's
I
our
didn't- I
names,
did
y'all.
not want to
Woo!
just derail
I'm
that
sorry.
whole
Listen,
conversation.
I'm sorry.
DJ.
It's been a long day. I'm sorry. No, so I showed up at Jake's house and literally everybody was asleep. The only thing I did find was one of his kids sleeping on the couch, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just put the drinks in the fridge
There you go.
and just
Yeah.
put the sides in there and just kind of threw everything in. And then I'm like, okay. And then meanwhile, I'm talking to his kid, and I'm just like, hey, everybody else awake? He's
Where's
like,
your daddy?
and he's like, I don't know.
Where's your
Go,
pops?
he's like, I'll go get him. And I'm like, no, you can just leave him. It's fine. I don't want to wake anybody up. And meanwhile, he goes around and runs around and wakes everybody up. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. Like, it's fine.
I love Jason. Jason goes, Homer Jacob had to delay the show. What do you say? Be this guy won?
Probably because this
Probably
guy won.
because my guy won. Me and DJ. Thank you.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. The reason that it was delayed was probably I don't want to say it was my fault, but it was technical issues.
I mean, there was some of that, but it was also me and Matt sitting in there watching every moment of every interview of like the entire post.
We
race.
did-
Apparently, I mean, it looks
we
like
had
it's
it-
still going on. But
We honestly
I mean,
had a
we to get
really
the show going.
major. We had a major storm come through today, so we've had a
Bro,
lot
the
of problems,
struggles with this storm.
dude.
By
there'll
the
be-
way, in case you see us sweating, we have no AC,
the first 70 laps of this race, I'm not
and
gonna
we're
lie,
in Florida.
was on my phone and I was on the floor working on computers,
Yeah.
just to give you an idea of where we were
What-
at. So it was a rough
was it
day.
about lap 50 of the Indy 500?
Something like that.
Oh, it was about,
I-
it was
I-
about halfway through.
The first half of the Indy 500, we had a lightning strike hit the house, and
It took out
AC's
everything.
out, gates out.
The internet.
We had problems with stuff in the studio. Oh yeah, my modem for the internet's out. Thank God. Okay, here we go.
Oh, we have
Slow
we,
your
we
grandma.
do
have
have
to do
to
this.
we have to do this. Yes,
This podcast, this show is only happening because of Grandma.
100%.
Grandma speed.
Grandma speed.
Absolutely.
Grandma
if it
speed.
was not for Grandma,
You ran up to her house and stole her modem.
no.
Technically-
With permission.
technically, I did.
Wait. I asked my wife
You don't need internet
if
tonight,
she has
Grandma.
the same internet that we do, and she said yes. So then I sent my wife and DJ to go steal her modem.
Yes, and I go up there and Grandma, the sweetest person in the world. Thank you so much for letting us steal your internet. It's like, yeah, it's
Does
fine.
she have a Nest AC?
I don't know. Stop. She's like, yeah, it's over there by the chair. You can just whatever you need, just take it and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Grandma. Grabbed it, ripped it out as quick as I could. I'm like, Lindsay, let's go. I was in the car before Lindsay left the house. I'm like, let's go. We got to get back to the
We gotta
studio. I'm like, I got stuff to figure out.
What did
It was-
Grandma speed say to you?
She was
said
just
something.
she was just like, oh, it's so great.
No,
Thank
no,
you."
no. She said
I don't know. what
when
did
you
you-
took the modem away.
Oh, she was like, oh, you can keep whatever dust is on it.
Oh,
Something
yeah,
like that. There was a little bit of
you'd
dust
have
on
that
the
for
back.
free or something.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's fine, Grandma. Don't worry. So yes, super big shout out. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
Grandma's
Again, this is happening because of Grandma.
100%.
Yeah. If it was not, like, for sure, our router is completely burned up. So,
Absolutely. So, all right, let's jump into ratings. Let's jump into it. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know.
I don't know. This was kind of up in the air.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the race that wrote the definition of what a checker flag is.
Yep.
You know.
That was a terrible high five, but that's okay.
It was a good race. Honestly, like I want to be biased about the win and everything, but it was a good race.
I think I'd be giving it a checker flag regardless.
The battle for the lead was amazing, pretty much
Battle
all
all
night.
day.
There was not a lot of attrition that we've seen in years past. True. I mean, what do y'all think? I feel like years past. I mean, we had the Chris Buescher flip years ago. I mean, just like we've had this race is typically a lot of attrition. It wasn't as much attrition, but the bumps in turns 3 and 4 were still a struggle. But
You mean attrition in the sense of like
wrecking
the car,
race cars.
I mean, there was like
There was a
there
ton
was
of cars.
a
that were wrecking.
ton of cars off. Like
There
at the
was,
end.
there was.
No, like off.
Close
But
to
I'm talking about
10.
like wrecked and like done. I mean, there was some.
There
like
was
5
still
or
a
6.
decent
Yeah, I
Probably
mean,
like 10.
yeah, it
realistically.
was a
I
lot.
mean, it wasn't that many, but
Yeah,
okay.
I think with the attrition is like they had really long green flag runs, which I don't think the drivers are used to, especially when it comes
That
to
photo.
these longer races.
Bro,
So like that last 100 lap stand, I'm sure that was
hey, yo.
that was a stretch for them, you know, and not having a caution. I mean, there could have probably been probably two cautions that could have fell in that last 100 laps
There
that they
was a
didn't
couple
throw.
pretty significant.
The 45 went sideways, tagged the wall.
I
Remember
mean,
that?
was it the 45? Was it the 30? Who was it? The 35? No. Somebody hit it and we were watching the slow-mo. We're like, I mean, there's stuff all over the racetrack.
Yeah, I don't
It was
remember. That was
45.
midway through the
it
race.
was Reddick.
He was the second one. But remember the first one that was like the slow-mo, like from
I
like
can't
turn
remember that
3, like he hit turn 2,
Yeah.
coming out turn 2, and there was just stuff flying everywhere. We're like,
Trying to think who that
we're
was.
just not gonna throw yellow flags
No.
anymore. Like, you know.
I was like, yeah, I was like,
Hey,
whatever.
last week North Wilkesboro, like we throw a yellow flag for dust, and over here we're like, you know, I mean, it's just race car parts everywhere. It's fine.
Like we got to end this race.
It's fine. Like
yeah.
everybody's tired from watching Monaco this morning. Like
Monaco, then we getting rain delayed at the Indy 500.
Very slightly.
wild.
Yeah. I mean, slightly, but it was still something.
I mean, I'm gonna give it a checkered flag, but
Okay,
being
okay.
objective though.
As a Larson
Like,
fan, that's got to hurt.
no, being objective
Ouch.
about the race, like considering it's a 600, so it's a longer race. It tends to be more quote unquote like boring,
Prestige.
you know, or like longer green flag runs, you know, whatever.
Can be can
Considering-
have
cons-
less like exciting moments.
Yeah. But like, even not just it's not just a checkered flag for it being the 600. Like it was a checker flag 600 compared to other 600s, but just as a race, like Charlotte's one of the best tracks on in the whole circuit,
Bro.
and it's like mile and a half. Yes, it's rough, like they were saying. It's like one of the harder mile and a halves, but it just makes for such good racing.
Can I just tag on what you're saying?
Yeah,
Why the hell do we run the road course?
It does make
I'd
me
rather
wonder.
have in the playoffs.
Like, period.
I'd rather have the second date.
This is probably the best oval. This is probably the best race. The best race, the best
You're
track, the
really
best
biased
everything.
on that one.
No,
It's
in
close.
my
It's close.
opinion, like this is
No.
the most straight up real multi-groove track. Run the fence, run the apron, run the middle. You got 3 solid lanes all the way around. Aero blocking, different
You
like
got bumps through
you
it.
have
Switching grooves in the
bumps. You
turns.
have like you literally have literally everything.
Would it be different if it was only 260 laps or 250 laps?
Yes.
You think so?
Fire
Um,
one.
Would it
Yeah.
be different? It was still
No,
be great.
I mean your opinion of it. Like would because the race
Well,
would change.
so specifically, we talked about like, hey, this is lap 266. Like they're coming to white flag on a normal 400-mile race. We said this
Yeah, we did.
in the middle of stage
3
3 at the time.
And at that point, it was
No.
not a great race.
2.
It was
Not a great
very
race.
It was very like there wasn't much that happened.
It was a
It was hard to pass the leader. It was a 2-car run.
But I won't
Two-car
say
race.
it's hard to pass
me-
the leader. Like it was challenging, but I won't say hard.
Well, you gotta.
It's not
Okay,
like a
I
Las
would argue
Vegas that's
challenging is way
impossible.
harder than the word hard.
Well, you gotta
Okay,
take
I mean,
into
I-
consideration.
It's
too-
it's
hold
not
on.
it's not like a Las Vegas or maybe
I felt like it was challenging.
Kentucky.
Well, here's the thing: is you gotta take into consideration is that when you're on like a weird numbered lap like that, out of 400, it's like
It's tough to say.
You're still working on strategy. You're not really going hard.
True.
Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't.
True.
Maybe you're trying to figure some stuff
the
out.
strategies
But
are
if
playing
the
for
race
the
was
number.
ending, would we still have a similar ending to
At
what
that
we
point.
had? And I would like to think we probably would have.
I would say it was
So
still
it's kinda-
pretty interesting and competitive. And the let's say the top 5 guys, it's really a true race. It's not like Nashville last year, 5 overtimes, just total ridiculous.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I'm
that was
saying?
wild.
Like,
yeah,
and I'm not saying like that's not Nashville's problem. That was just the circumstance that it was, right? But like this was like a true start to finish 600 miles. Like this is the most purest form of racing in NASCAR I have seen in a long time. And I can say this because y'all heard me last week. I was cutthroat last week
Yeah.
on the All-Star race. I did not like that race. It was stupid, dropping the yellow flag,
Oh,
yellow fireworks, all that
What a
was
swing.
was completely ridiculous. And
was
this
on front.
was a beautiful,
That's a good point.
incredible race.
it was a good race. I
You know?
I did enjoy it. I mean, I'll give it checker. I'd give it a checker just because Ross won. I'll throw my bias in there.
No.
Without
No,
Ross
no.
win,
Give me the
It
unbiased.
was a green flag. I liked it.
Okay.
It was good.
I can respect the green flag.
Yep.
It's wrong.
I mean, the Ross win, like the
Well-
hype and everything being here, obviously with you guys.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it gives you a level. I can't deny that. But if Byron just finished the race and won it straight up, green flag. It was a good race.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
about
say,
it.
if Byron-
Didn't blow my socks off. It was a great endurance race, but it just one of those things.
If Byron wins, I mean, he dominated the day. Like he was. You could argue the best car of the day,
Yeah.
but or you could say the one car. I mean, the guy started dead last and finished first by the end of the race. If
Yeah.
that's not this race has attrition, I don't know what doesn't. Because like to say like, oh, this car can't pass or whatever. Like the guy was 40th.
Well,
And granted, it took him 600 miles to get there,
Yeah.
but like 400 laps, but he still got there. Like
Right.
But
that's
you
that's
gotta,
good.
You got to think about it like this too, because it's like we keep saying domination, and it was domination in the sense of like he obviously led the most laps.
I think he
But-
won all 3
but-
stages.
They were hard for the most part. I felt like they were more or less hard fought. Like yes, there were times where Byron was pulling
true.
way ahead,
I
and he
think
had
so.
like a good distance.
But I mean, way
he
ahead.
was-
You're talking a couple seconds.
Well, yeah,
never more than a couple seconds.
yeah. But what I'm saying is just like even at that, it was still like what I felt was like a hard fought, like lead. Like
think
they
you-
were, in my opinion. Like
I think you could also look at it and say like you had
Oh man,
what cars specifically? You had the 24, the 11, the 77, the 1, all the 5 before he wrecked and stepped on his, you know what? You had 5 cars legitimately that could at any point could have won this race. 5 out
Yeah.
of 40 cars.
Honestly,
That's pretty good.
The best car today in NASCAR was the 77.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Hocevar had the best car.
And they blew it up.
I don't know. Do you see the 6 car? We good? Finish the race.
I mean,
Top
the
5.
5 wrecked, the 77 wrecked. Like we
I think I-
might be able to sneak in the top 5.
I did hear there was a stat where it's like out of, I think there's 12. This is race 13. They said out of 13 races, Brad has DNF 9.
Oh,
I'm like, it's been that kind of year.
that's
Oh.
a stat.
Well, that hurts.
Top 5.
That's a stat.
oh.
We're on a run.
So all right, so we gotta back up. We gotta touch on some of the chat because people are definitely.
How far back do you want me to go?
I mean, so Yinny,
To the beginning.
says he makes a comment. He's like, he's like Jake likes he equivalates like pure racing with like what do you say, mandatory cautions or.
yeah, mandatory
predictive-
cautions do not equal
Pure racing.
Pure racing.
I mean, I feel like this is the rules we're all like coming into. Like you have rounds in boxing, you have rounds in NASCAR racing.
Let him duke it out. Unlimited time.
Well,
No
I'm just saying, like this is the deal. So like, I mean, I don't disagree with you. Like, yeah, like no cautions would be better. Like I mean, as far as purity,
Oh, of course.
right? But I mean, I think there is some good strategy. Like, I mean, we saw some fun strategy today. You want to short pit a few laps. You want to try to, run a little longer. Wait for the caution. If like, I mean, we saw a little bit of variability. Not as much as there could be, but there was some, right?
Right.
Not a perfect storm, but for 400 laps on a mile and a half, I mean, nearly a 5-hour race, we saw enough strategy to keep it interesting, right? Not perfect. But anyways,
We were
So-
talking about that, trying to fix the super speedways. We're like, why don't they just take away the mandatory caution and just award the points and let
Yeah.
them keep running? That could help. Change up the strategy. Run it for a race, see how that works, and move forward. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely interesting.
I feel like, I mean, the other thing he said was, like I believe, I could be wrong, but Yeni basically said something. I mean, it's further back in the chat. It's like the mandatory 2 pit stop and Formula 1 is the same thing. I really don't think it is, because he makes a comment about it kind of like Max Verstappen was the guy to beat today, but it's like he was the guy to beat because he'd only taken the 1
Pit stop, and that's why he was up front.
He was open for a
Correct.
red. He was open for a red flag.
Yeah.
something.
happen.
It's the only reason he was
Something
up
that
front. He would have
would-
stayed in fourth the whole time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which he still came out fourth. They actually said the 4 years he's ran Monaco, he started and finished in fourth
Really?
in all his stats.
Well, no, he's won
Wow.
twice.
At Monaco?
Yeah, I saw that today. It was
Oh,
like
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I heard
20,
that wrong.
2021 and 2019, I think, or 2021.
Maybe they
and
said the
2022.
last 4 he's finished fourth.
Something
so
like
that
that.
would be 22, 23, 24, 25.
That makes sense because I'm pretty sure he's won twice, at least twice.
So F1 has its mandatory 2-stop deal. We'll see how that progresses throughout the rest of the year. I mean, we don't watch enough F1 to know if that's like a rule going forward, do we?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was a rule
I
today.
literally do not care.
I mean,
Fair.
I didn't want to say it, Jeff, but you did. So, like, yeah, I'm with you. But I mean, if you wanted the most pure form of racing today, it was the Indy 500. But was it really?
I mean,
Was it really because the guy wrecked on the cooldown lap and you started it under green to yellow conditions?
that was weird.
So
Yeah.
what's the most true pure form? Like, I don't know, man. Like, these are the rules. Like, this is what we got. Like, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what they got. Like, let's roll. And they still, like, we started under green, yellow conditions in the Indy 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Ended on caution.
we also still did our 3 wide start.
Yeah. Weird
What
rules.
the hell's going on in Indy? What are we
Roger
doing?
Penske makes the rules.
Obviously, how's that going? He fired everybody. Like,
Perfect. Cleaning house.
So I mean, that's like the argument, like not to just totally talk, and beat up Yeni, but like don't want to.
I'm derailing Jake. I apologize
Okay.
for everybody. We have a message.
I don't want to.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Easy now.
The ripping and the terror.
I don't know. I just don't want to like argue the purity of racing. Like I feel like today in NASCAR was a.
I felt like it was a really good
pure
race.
race.
It was a
It
very
was
straightforward.
really good.
Was it? I'm gonna be honest. Like it was an attrition race. It wasn't super flashy or exciting at times. It just wasn't. The restarts.
okay. I
The
could go
guy
with
in the
that.
lead pretty much got the lead, and it got better as the night progressed.
You know who you should talk to about purity in racing?
Curious.
Ryan Priest.
Flying Priest.
Calm down, Jeff. Should be like Ryan Priest.
Ryan Priest.
No, I feel yeah, I don't know, man. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
We went to the we're actually looking at photos 2016. Me and you went to the Coke 600.
Yeah, the one Martin Truex
Dominated.
Dominated. You want to talk
397
about
laps, 396
Matt was still a
laps.
child.
that? That was like
We
that
were
is where I
all
went to a
still children.
NASCAR race, and I was like, I really don't want to go to anything other than super speedways. This was atrocious. Like
Yeah.
sitting there.
That was back before like they.
You ever-
Not
you ever
my
wanna know,
driver
like-
was up front, and I had to sit there and watch 400 laps of
That was
Martin
before
Truex
they
Jr.
redid it, though, right?
Dominate.
If you really want to know the definition of a true butt whooping,
Watch
It's
that
that
race.
race.
It's
Yeah.
that race.
that's
That
like
was-
like
I think that was
Kyle
before
Larson
stages.
dominated
It was.
Bristol.
You said?
No.
Yeah,
I think that was before
it was
stages.
before stages.
I think the year
Yes,
before.
oh,
No, no,
stages.
I asked
Yeah.
if
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
that was before they
because
redid it.
the only reason he
There was
uh,
what one or two
Yeah.
cautions?
Yeah.
There was
Almost nothing
the only reason he didn't lead every lap was because he was going into the pits.
during green flag pit
Green
stops.
flag pit
Yeah,
stops.
so
Yeah.
I mean, like
Or
Yeah.
pit cycle. Yeah.
that's
It was
wild.
wild.
That's actually
That's just
insane.
wild.
Yeah.
but yeah, I
But
mean,
how far we've come with this track. That's great.
all right, so let's kind of talk more about and hit the highlights of this race, and then we'll move into all the other racing that happened this week and this weekend or today and this weekend. So looking at obviously Chastain, he wrecks his car in practice. Was practice qualifying? Sorry, I missed that.
It was He
Practice,
wrecked the
right?
car. Yeah, he was going on a heater for practice.
He was
man.
looking
He
real
was
fast.
like #1 in
Best
top
lap times, yeah.
5, 10, 15 stats, and then they literally were talking about him. They're like, oh, he's wrecked. Oh no! He blew the right rear, spins it, hits the wall, and they're like, oh, that sucks. Like they were literally just praising him. They're like, man, look at this. Trackhouse is showing up this week. You know, he's running down the times. He's #1 on the board, and boom, he blows the tire right there. Like, oh, that's not supposed to happen.
What's hilarious is like me and Jeff were here, and we were watching it, and I was like, well, man, that's gonna suck. Like this weekend's gonna be like a wash, whatever. How wrong I was.
The funnier part to me is it's like that was their backup car. How good was their regular car?
I don't know, but
Like-
it must have been good.
Dude, I swear to
Hey.
God, if he doesn't make through tech, I'm gonna cry.
Yo, Yinny.
I will legit
He
cry.
got the flag.
I'm going.
Facts.
I have Twitter notifications on.
Nice,
So,
nice.
I'll let you know.
Other than that,
So wait, can we talk about the indie comment real quick?
Yeah.
yeah, if you want to address it,
I do. wanna
I
do
mean,
it.
we just heard some stuff.
I've heard a lot of stuff.
Allegedly.
We've heard some stuff from multiple
Random
multiple
people,
random sources.
and it all seems to conclude to the same
And
subject.
this isn't like people I guess we should say it since
Well,
like,
for
the
those
podcast.
listening that aren't on the stream,
Read it,
it,
read it.
says, side note, NASCAR needs to drug test to Hamlin for Adderall. Bro was locked in.
was
And he
beyond
was
belief
locked
that-
in.
I don't
was.
think he was.
yeah, I would say
I don't think he was
Brother,
blinking.
brother was tucked in.
I
for real.
like ain't nobody worried about Adderall.
No one's worried about Adderall.
It's a little more spicy.
NASCAR. I think they
I don't want to
prescribe
say anything,
Adderall.
but like we've heard from people in the industry. It's
Bless you.
yeah, you good, Jeff? Allergies?
I'm great.
Sorry, my nose is a little
Let me
stuffy.
just-
a little stuffy.
It's okay. I just won't blink for the rest of the podcast.
there is absolutely. I mean, bro, let's go in the weeds for like 1 second.
Just
Sure,
for one
whatever.
second.
There is absolutely
It's also Monday, so
performance enhancing things going on.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't think we were getting that far in the weeds.
And drug tests can be scheduled and
canceled.
Conveniently scheduled.
yeah.
Yeah, let's say that.
It's some like
What was that voice?
Like-
Yeah, let's say that.
Bro, my voice is
I
shot. I was
like it.
screaming
It
too much.
was definitely snowing a little bit in Charlotte. You know what I mean?
Yo!
apparently his
it's that home
fueler-
track feel, you know.
Apparently his gas man missed the memo. Anyways. No, I mean, honestly, you want to really get in the weeds. It's super deep in the weeds. Go on Reddit and you will find some stuff. But let's
Yep.
just leave it there.
All right,
Because we've heard enough to be like,
All right,
Hey, can we
we-
shout out? Can
we've
we
heard-
shout out Prime though? Because that camera, when they were like, they had
Zooming
like
in on his
had
eyes.
They had the in car camera, and
don't
then they were
think he
like,
blinked.
"Look, Denny Hamlin hasn't blinked," and they just like,
no,
We're 300 laps in.
Wasn't that Dale Earnhardt Jr.? He's like, man, Denny's not blinking. I'm like, bro, you know, like, stop.
That was so funny.
Like, what? Okay, I
Had to
feel
be
like we
Junior,
can
too.
definitely talk about this, right? Wasn't it on the his
don't know till you bring it up.
podcast or the Full Speed documentary? There was something where Denny Hamlin definitely said, like, I mean, I absolutely take concoctions.
"Hey yo,
Everyone text.
He said shins.
Watch
Okay.
the way he says it. You remember what I'm talking
I
about?
do, yeah.
Somebody gets
Watch
my
the way
joke.
he says
got
it.
it.
Calm down. Watch the way he says that, and you'll be like,
Oh.
there's absolutely no way he's not doing something like very sus. Like, but hey,
I mean, the whole conversation started
here
when
for it.
McDowell called him out.
All right, y'all know what to do."
what did he say?
McDowell. He's like, oh, if I could ask Denny Hamlin one thing, I'd just ask him what kind of performance taking drugs does he take? Like straight up in like an interview.
Y'all know what to do. Drop the snowflakes in the chat.
Here we go. Start the other thing to drop.
So,
All right,
anyway,
let's
Yeah.
hit
Nice
all
to know.
the highlights here so we can move on to the other races of the week and stuff. So Briscoe secures the pole. Byron shows great speed through qualifying and practice.
Yeah, you don't have to hit all these. If
I'm
they're
just gonna
kind of
kinda-
yeah.
if they're kind of
Larson
redundant.
spins stage 1, loser.
from the lead.
Yeah.
the lead, yeah.
Well, it was his
I
second.
put this as a note because Larson literally spun from the lead.
Wait,
did
he
the-
tagged the wall like a lap or two
Oh,
before.
wow.
Larson has
Hit it pretty hard.
Larson and the wall at Indy and Charlotte.
Larson,
Same
you
person.
know, he is absolutely living up to his nickname.
Hung money.
Hung money. He tripping
stepping
everywhere.
stepping all over himself.
Tripping turn 1 Indy, tripping, turn 4 Charlotte. Like,
That man needs to look into something because he's clearly.
it's funny.
It's causing problems for him.
I've been watching Larson all week, and I got like these like advertisements for these like shower underwears.
What?
I need to send him a link.
Oh, your underwear debacle
I
you
just
were
don't
talking about today?
I mean, I just don't want him to be tripping no more. You know what I mean? Like,
Underwear for showers?
I mean, bro, it's pretty
Yeah.
wild. Like, I don't know why it's.
Anyway,
Hey, man, I don't know what's on your feed. Like,
Byron
It's
wins stage
literally,
1.
literally, that's the description.
it's a subscription?
No, the description.
Oh,
Description.
description. Gotcha.
That's what it says.
All right. Byron wins stage 1.
So how many did you order?
All right.
It has a
I'm trying to move on. Y'all. I'm trying to move on. I'm not having help. All right. Byron wins stage 1. Byron wins stage 2
And 3.
and 3. And that's the
Did he
race.
win number 4? Did he go?
He did not.
He did not.
The Florida man stopped him.
All right, back it up, back it up.
Okay. KFB spins coming to a green checkered.
What was up with that? Stage 2.
Just I don't know.
Like, oh yeah, stage 2. Byron's got it. Going to commercial. Wait, Kyle Busch is wrecking. I'm like,
Oh, we got a spin.
bro,
We got a speeder on the back.
they were literally
Going
about to go to
through the
commercial.
grass.
Oh, can we just hold on before we go any further?
Poor
Can we just
Kyle.
talk about how much I miss Junior? I
Bro,
miss that
It was
voice,
so good.
His call in stage 4.
dude. That,
So
okay,
good, bro.
yeah, we haven't
Bro.
quite gotten into stage 4, but dude, where
Well,
he's basically
wow.
saying everything that's gonna happen right before it happens.
The whole last
Either it's
25
Oh,
laps.
so he has a script.
Either it's scripted
No, of course not.
or
No one would script.
it's scripted.
No
Oh,
one would script Ross to win this race.
that's true.
Anyone. Anyone
It's
would
not the
sign
watermelon
anyone else.
600. It's the world 600.
Yeah,
Listen.
why do you say that? Like,
You know what? If he wins,
That's what it used to be. You know that, right?
no, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh
Oh,
back
yeah,
Before
back in the
Coke
day.
bought the title sponsor.
Yeah.
Like we have the Daytona 500.
Yeah,
Charlotte would be in the longest race. Used to call it the World 600.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Big
So
fan here.
Dale Jr.
All right.
calls it all the time. He calls it the World 600.
I did not know that. I thought he
Yep.
was just like, hey, he's it's been behind the wheel too long. He lost some brain cells. It's the Coke 600. Like,
no, there was a
Chill.
reason.
I just didn't know.
Suarez makes contact with Briscoe, causes a big wreck. That's the one that where Larson was involved in. Byron then obviously we talked about wins stage 3. Great-
Again, poor Larson.
Yeah.
This is
Is it poor Larson?
like Suarez like wrecks every year in this race.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is kind of weird.
I mean, he flipped Busher across the grass a couple years ago. I mean, like
Yeah, that's true.
I thought he was gonna do the same thing to Kyle Larson. I'm like,
It's your
wow,
turn.
this looks identical to 2 years ago. Like,
Well, I think they determined the flip was because of like a drain.
The drain.
Right? Some kind of drain. I'm sure
Allegedly.
that was gone.
I mean, I think the drain helped.
I thought it was Suarez.
It could have been. So let's see. Blaney also gets involved in a wreck. He's done for the night. You obviously have a great battle between Byron and Hamlin. For that went on for like what 25, 30 laps.
Went
Of
on
them
for
two?
like
Yeah.
400 laps.
Well, I mean, but specifically like the ending part.
Oh, it was like the last like 100 laps.
It was a while.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
until like, and I said it, 100 laps before the end of the race. I was like, Denny Hamlin doesn't have enough gas. He's not going to finish this race. He's not going to. And I was
You're
like,
right.
he's going to do it. He's going to make it
Oh,
all the way. And
that was
there
the
was
other thing.
very easily on the broadcast like, no, he's taking one. He's taking one fuel. He can't take the second one.
Dude, Prime, another big shout out to Prime. They go back and they show the pit stop, and then they play it, and then it's like, hold on, let's roll that back, and then just rolled it straight back and slow-moed it then, and then watched it break down and said, see, the fueler didn't get the fuel in. You can see the bubbles not going through. And I'm like, dude, where the heck was
Wow.
this?
The animation was a little sus, but we would
I
get
feel like
animation?
okay for their first
the
couple,
animation for the fuel.
Oh,
for their first
Yeah.
race. I know they've done some of like the qualifying and practice. I mean, not some, all of it this year, but it's really been like, we are Fox. Put the Prime stamp on it. Like,
yeah.
it's
You
felt
know what I
like
mean?
that for sure.
so I feel like they got some stuff to do, but I feel like the potential's there.
I
saw-
liked a lot.
Like, because we talked about like the first like 20%, 30% of the broadcast. We're like, I ain't really seeing anything like game changing. And it was like, oh, okay,
Remember the burn bar?
that's cool. And then we noticed, we're like, hey, wait a minute.
It's like sharper.
Hold on, we'll get there. But we're like, the audio.
Audio
Like,
was
wow,
better.
Yeah.
Okay.
The image was like crisper.
Yes.
yeah.
Their graphics were sharper.
Yes. And then the second half of the broadcast, we're like, whoa, okay, these are some interesting, like, camera angles that are like, to me, I was like, I feel like I'm in the grandstands a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because the catch fence is in my way. And I kind of like it.
To a point, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not the whole thing, but a little bit.
They showed a lot more of on the fence camera views from on the fence.
You know that one coming out of turn 4?
Yeah.
Like
they fly right by
they're
it?
probably a couple 100 feet left of the start finish line.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe in between start finish line and turn 4.
Yeah.
Like that was a fun camera angle. So I feel like Prime did like
The,
it was pretty interesting.
the pit road.
Best, I was just about to say the same thing. I'm like, that's probably the best pit road.
Oh, you talking about the
Stuff.
drone?
Yeah.
No, the narrow shot of all pit
Oh,
road.
that was good too.
That's what I was talking about.
I was
talking
thinking
about
the drone.
the narrow pit road, and then you had the individual
So
cars to watch.
the
on pit
narrow
road.
pit
Yes.
road has been
I
around
like
for a
that.
while, but
We haven't.
this
seen
was
it.
executed well because things were just cranked up.
Yeah.
Fidelity,
Maybe
sound,
that's what it is.
everything.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
that you because I mean realistically,
Yeah.
like you said, like pit road is narrow when you're looking at it down the road. So you could put that on the one side.
Was
then
it
you put-
curved?
That's true. And then you put all the 4x4 of drivers that you're watching, so you can see all of pit road and then highlight like great way to do that.
Yeah.
Like just it honestly I don't think it's anything like crazy that they've done differently, but you could tell that the director that was directing the race that was directing the show was clearly like well versed in what was going on.
Yeah.
And knew what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I,
love-
feel
I-
like with Fox, when their director, it's like, oh, you direct other shows, like you probably were on The Voice last week. Like, yeah, you just figure it out. You'll be fine.
I want
Just
to
call it.
highlight 2 comments and then we'll move on. But Yinny says the car sounds like they actually like an actual American muscle car. Like yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
because
sounded.
if you've seen this car in real life, you know it's ridiculously loud,
Yeah.
very throaty. The air vibrates, your seat vibrates.
you
like
feel it more than you hear it.
100%. Like
Yeah.
it's an insane piece of muscle car technology. The second one is Brent says, love the backstretch camera from the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dope. Super
Yeah,
great.
that was
So,
good too.
anyways.
I was just gonna say one more thing, like, because I think we all kind of were on the same page at the end of the race, like during the post race interviews, where it was just like the clarity was just so good on
The
like,
drivers look different.
You could see the impairment in Denny Hamlin's eyes.
You could see the Adderall.
You could see the Adderall in
You
his
see the
eyes.
little,
The
Like-
smelling salts.
allegedly.
like literally was just still not blinking. But
How do you-
anyway,
Still not blinking.
still not blinking.
Rumor has it he still hasn't blinked.
He's still looking for
But,
that.
We
last
definitely
lap.
need to watch his podcast tomorrow on Cala Blinks.
Jeez. Okay, go
Blink
ahead.
counter.
Sus.
No, but honestly, the clarity, like, I don't know what the term is. I'm not like a technical person, but like the graphics, for lack
I know
of
what you
better
mean.
words,
Yeah.
it was just like I felt like it got better throughout the night, but particularly like the last stage through the last interviews.
What is
It was
it like?
just extra good.
DJ would know. Like a soap opera has a higher frame rate
Yes, they run at 60 FPS.
versus regular TV is 24.
30 is TV, 24 is movies.
So you could see the higher frame rate.
Yeah,
But then not just that, you could see
rate.
like the higher fidelity in the
It's not so much
in the quality. You could see like the skin, like not just the texture and
What
like
it
the
is-
beard hairs. You could see like the complexion
the
more.
dang it, it's not dynamic range. No, it is dynamic range. I'm sorry, dynamic range of the shot, so you could see the highlights. You could see the dark spots better across the whole image.
It was fascinating.
I mean,
It was
I
really
could get
great.
super technical with it, but like that's the like it just the overall
we went-
picture.
Last week we went from cartoons to this.
The graphics were better
Big
in every way.
freaking difference.
Like just
Yeah.
all the graphics where they
Right?
showed the drivers
yeah.
like looked better. It just looked better.
it
Now,
just looked better. But
to be
added
fair,
something.
broadcast.
I do want to say one thing to just clarify. We're on Prime now, so we're watching at 1080. At least 1080. Maybe
Right.
it was 4K at some point. I don't know for sure, but probably at
I
least
believe
1080.
they were broadcasting in 1080.
At least 1080. Pretty sure when we've been watching on Fox through YouTube, it's been 720.
Yes.
So to be fair,
Sure,
let's at least give them that there is going to be a jump in quality just from that.
Garbage, bro.
sure.
But
it to me, someone that's like
It wasn't the
studied this
clarity.
stuff a little bit, it was pretty significant jump.
It wasn't the clarity in the resolution that was the thing. It was the sharpness of the image. That's a totally
yeah.
different dynamic.
But
But that's
anyway,
we're
moving
getting
on, moving on.
too
Appreciate
technical
it
for this.
so
I'm
much.
sorry.
I appreciated it. Yeah.
I did too. I did too.
All right, so let's talk about since obviously this is Motorsports Christmas. Let's talk about the other races that happened today, and then we'll eventually get into the races, truck and Xfinity and everything.
Take my
So-
note.
Formula. Let's talk
read
about
it.
Formula.
I got a
No.
camera right
Formula.
Scroll up a little bit, did you?
Scroll up. Sorry.
Formula.
there.
Formula.
What do y'all think about Monaco?
It was Monaco. It was a better Monaco, but it was Monaco.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those races where, it just hasn't changed in so long.
Nope.
And the reality of it is that, there's like 1-2 passing zones.
If
You know,
that.
Really,
I'll give you
when it
one.
comes to-
I'll give you one.
When it comes to Monaco, the thing I enjoy the most is watching qualifying for it, because I feel like that's most likely where you're gonna what finishing order
It's
you're gonna
pretty
see.
close.
Not saying that's always the case for those elitists out there. I get it, but for the most
For the
part,
elitists, it's who leads into turn one,
yeah.
which
Right.
has been the case for every race this year.
Correct.
Pretty
But-
close. I think
but
there's been
anyway,
one.
but it's cool.
one race
It's
that didn't.
legendary. It's a beautiful track. So
Track's
just, like,
amazing.
looking at it aesthetically, like it's a really cool track to just like look at. But
Oh, bro, like we're literally watching the
Beautiful.
whole race today. I'm like, I can just watch this whole hour and a half and not get tired of these shots.
yeah, it's incredible. So
Those tight corners, the tunnel, the yachts, it's the whole thing.
It's
It's
the
in
whole
Japan,
thing.
but
right?
there's something also.
Are we doing that again?
Stop.
Sorry.
There's something to say also about like when you have like those like I don't know what they call it necessarily, but those like in-car cams where you're seeing it from like the driver's POV.
Oh,
And it's like,
not
that
eagle eye,
is
driver eye.
super- Yeah, that I'm like that's pretty sketchy. It's a pretty sketchy racetrack. It's like that's
Dude.
pretty tight.
The tunnel is
Oh, it's so cool.
probably one of the most
I-
sketch,
Yeah.
like it's so sketch.
Dude, what's even sketchier that I
You're,
don't
you're
think
going
you-
about 200. What is it, about 250 kilometers
yeah, something like that.
around blind corners.
It's not even that.
Perfect.
Okay, not to me. It's not that. To me, the part about the tunnel turn is the fact that you're in a dark tunnel and immediately come out to the sun in your eyes. So you immediately go from darkness when your eyes are just starting to adjust, and it's like, God, I can't see anything. Oh yeah, by the way, I just blinked and I just drove past a whole football field
Yeah, and,
Like-
you're going into a chicane.
into a hard braking zone.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the only passing zone.
It is, unfortunately.
It's
Yeah.
I mean that part
That's
like
life,
where
man.
where they
That's
turn
Monaco.
into the tunnel, into that chicane, very exciting. The rest
Yes.
of Monaco, like no.
I did see
Monaco.
a lot of people posted about the Formula E and
Formula E.
Formula E. And Formula E was a much better race because smaller cars, much easier to pass. There was a lot
Was
more
that
passing.
was that
going
the one they wadded them all up?
Those Formula
no, Formula 2.
Formula 2.
destroyed
Matt's
so
like,
many
have
cars.
you seen the Formula 2? It looks like Iron Man. I was like, really? I pull it up. I'm like, wow.
It's Iron Man 2.
The whole field.
Was Whiplash there?
the whole thing, man?
You could put Whiplash in that image and it would just
Yeah.
would not make.
I mean, could you
whatever.
actually imagine like if a car was actually wrecked in the tunnel?
Oh no, it'd be bad.
How bad it would be.
Yeah. I mean, they'd have to like warn the drivers driving into it.
They would have.
Can
to,
you? They don't have spotters.
I was gonna say even if they
got
did,
people who
radio.
talk.
yeah, but what spotter
They have,
would
they
see
have,
it?
They have like crew guys. They don't have spotters.
Yeah, but even if they had spotters, how would a spotter see them in a tunnel?
I feel like the message would be
The
really,
cameras, the onboard cameras.
Anyways, this is a hypothetical. Watch Iron Man 2. But
Honestly, who was it that said the
Spoiler
other day
alert.
the last great Monaco race was in Iron Man 2?
Matt.
I still stand by that statement.
Today was pretty good.
It was good.
It was good. I
wanna
I
give
enjoyed
today a
it.
bad one.
It wasn't
It was a good start to the day.
yes, it wasn't a
Good
great
primer.
race,
Yeah.
but it
Good primer.
definitely was a better Monaco than we've had in years. It was still entertaining. Like
Yeah.
It wasn't the two pit stop thing that did it. Like it was actually a pretty good race.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before we move on, sadly enough, it's leaving the state.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
The
Yeah, what's up
true
with that?
motorsports Christmas is over.
I
So
hope
the
they're
last
just changing it. I mean, what if they put something else on this?
I hope they just don't go to like Japan or something and totally change the time frame.
3 a.m.
Yeah, because that's
I'm not meeting you for breakfast at 3 a.m.
Why
I'll
would
be
you weren't
sleeping.
invited?
okay. Fine.
You don't know when I eat cereal.
Oh
boy, 3 a.m.
You know, I say that, and we will probably actually be hanging out. So.
Yeah.
Hey, there's
We'll just play darts beforehand.
hey, you know.
hey, the
I
race is
don't know.
about to
We'll see
start.
what happens, but
It depends on where they go. I mean, there's other prestigious races, obviously, in the Formula One calendar. It just depends on the time frame. Like,
Yeah.
what time do they start? Because the 9 o'clock time works really good for us in America. Maybe it doesn't work good
it
for
works
other
good for
countries.
the whole day.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
like the whole motorsports Christmas thing.
yeah.
All right, moving on into the Indy 500. So Monday at practice, we got some big news with Indy.
Are we gonna go straight to the Indy news?
Well, I mean that's what's next on the sheet, so I'm gonna go.
They
with
fired everybody.
it. They just
Clean
got rid of
house.
everyone.
I was gonna write the notes down.
There's no point.
General manager, team manager, like Indy car
President.
manager.
It was at least
Yeah.
3 big
Indy,
guys.
Indy car everybody.
It's like a
They're
giant.
all fired.
With no
it's like a
severance.
giant wreck. Oh, they're all fired.
Yeah,
Oh,
for real.
They're all fired.
Anybody
They're all fired.
worth their salt in IndyCar management, upper tier, is gone.
That was wild.
Don't cheat. Roger Penske don't like it.
That's real.
Roger Penske don't like his name like that.
So they're like,
real.
okay,
Or hey, he's just mad you got caught. You should have gotten
So-
caught.
here's the interesting timeline for you guys. Cars were found out earlier in the week. Like, oh, okay, they're not illegal, blah, 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 blah. We're going to fix it. Or, I'm sorry, not early this week. Early.
It was like Saturday,
not-
right?
Qualifying last week, right?
Yeah.
Monday.
They find out they fail qualifying tech, so they go to the rear.
No, they go back to
They're
12.
they're not allowed to qualify. Like, I don't know. It's just a mess.
So they still stay in the top 12. they can't go
at
all the way.
first.
Oh, did they change that? I didn't hear that.
At
news.
first. At first, they were allowed to stay in the top 12, but you're not allowed to run today. This is last Sunday, right? What's really interesting, as this story developed, they realized, I believe this is the turning point. The thing that made the cars fail this year, they found on last year's winning car.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was wild.
This is the moment, early this week, everything shifted. You're all gone.
Yeah.
Everybody gone.
That's
everybody.
crazy.
Reset, upset the fruit basket, whatever you want to call it. Like,
Yeah. Well, I
this
mean,
is-
they have to do it. Roger Penske has to do it to save the legitimacy of his sport.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean-
that's how Roger Penske is. So yes,
Remember
I
how
agree.
mad he was about the Joey Logano glove incident?
Oh, yeah. He almost
Oh,
lost his
100%.
I mean, yeah, Joey almost wasn't Joey Hand anymore.
hand.
And honestly, Joey like didn't really break that many rules.
No,
Not really.
Roger
That was-
Penske does not like cheating. He does not.
No, he does not.
He's fine with it. He just doesn't want to know about it, nor does he want to get caught.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that. I think he really wants to win, like
Legitimate.
straight up.
Legitimate.
Yeah, and I feel that. You know,
Yeah.
there's honor in that too. So
Yeah, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of guy Roger Penske is.
I think he's the kind of guy who's like, this is my name, and this is what
Yeah.
people are gonna say about me and my team that I own and I've built. And now they question the
So-
legitimacy of the sport. So bye bye.
So
We're gonna
here's
fix this.
Here's the thing. Penske and IndyCar before Tim Cindric, terrible. The reason why Penske is good in IndyCar is Tim Cindric.
Really?
Is it because of the cheating?
No. He totally
Revamped
rebuilt
it.
the program. I mean, late 90s?
Yeah.
Has
Mid
he, been, has he
90s?
been around that long?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, yeah. We're,
I didn't realize he'd
we're
been in there.
definitely before the millennium.
Wow. Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
we're
realize he'd been
definitely
around
in the
that long.
90s. So the whole IndyCar program and some of the NASCAR stuff, but definitely largely IndyCar, is Tim Cindric. And you let him go this week.
Yeah.
That's I mean,
Someone
it's-
else is gonna hire him.
It is pretty wild.
Someone else will hire him and move forward.
Or do they completely fall apart?
I don't know.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Time will tell.
Ever since Tim Cindric been around, they've won NASCAR championships, they've won IndyCar championships, and didn't do a whole lot before that. They did some stuff. They were good before that, but like not like they are now.
No.
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 Getting fired after almost 30 years is wild when you really think about it.
You know the most crazy thing about it is Tim Cindric was the heir to the Penske throne.
Well, now Austin is.
I mean, he's still,
Here you go, Austin Cindric. Wow.
11 laps down today.
Yenny asked, do you guys think Penske faked their New Gardens car problem because they built another rocket ship?
No.
I don't
No.
think so. I think
I think what they got busted on was absolutely like a non-competitive edge thing. Like maybe a little bit.
Minor.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, like a tiny little bit.
wasn't it just like the gaps in like the where the thing met with each other or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
Where
like,
the thing met. Okay.
the
The
seams.
attenuator. Thank you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Safety attenuator.
Safety, my butt.
Anyways, the rear device. Maybe. There's some air that could flow through there, maybe by sealing up.
Yeah.
Sure. But it's no doubt absolutely very minimal. But it's the principle because that's Roger Penske.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
agree with that.
principle of you're not going to, like, he's just not going to be that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
When he owns the series. Now, if he doesn't own the series, he's like, yeah, hell yeah, bro, like cock that thing, da 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 da, like, you know what I mean, like do all
Yeah.
the things, but not when you own the series. He's not going to do that. And this is the third major cheating scandal they've been busted in 2 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
That's not good.
What was
Yeah.
it? The
what was it?
not the DPS. That's
No, it's the
F1,
not
but-
DR. The push to pass. Violating the push to pass, and the coding was wrong in the car or something. Allowed him to use it on the first lap
that
when they
was
weren't supposed
so
to.
bad.
Like that's like the code. Clearly, you programmed the car wrong.
They won like the first race of the year. Like,
Yeah.
that was so bad.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
that was the only race that Pelot wouldn't have won.
I told Matt, like, when all this news broke, I was like, dude, this has, like, if Roger Penske, this is before he announced everybody, like, getting canned, I was like, this has the potential to end IndyCar. Like, the same, like I told you when Kyle Larson did his little thing during COVID,
Yeah.
before he got promoted to the highest level.
Yes.
I was like, he's going to get fired. I was like, this has the potential to, like, ruin IndyCar. Like, why would these major sponsors want to be a part of an ownership group that cheats to win? But I feel like Roger Penske's done enough, maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right, I hate to move us on, but we got a lot of
We
things
gotta
still to talk about. Yeah. All right, so Friday carb day, multiple issues, multiple teams. It was pretty chaotic.
Carb Day was so much fun.
That was nuts. And then the best part about Friday,
Oh yeah, the Weenie 500.
the Weenie 500.
500.
The
That was
Weenie
great.
500.
Whoa, that was yesterday.
I'm sorry. Hold on. What?
Was that yesterday? Yeah, it was.
The
It was
Weenie-
Saturday.
Was it?
No, it was
Oh, wait,
Friday.
what?
No, it was
Definitely
Friday. I was
Friday.
at the office.
Definitely Friday.
Yeah, it was
Friday.
Friday.
Yep.
Okay, calm down.
Sorry, I was off.
It's
for-
late.
Yeah,
we are
it's-
officially in Monday.
Yeah,
so.
technically. Yeah, so the Weenie 500, dude, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. That was that was the best race of the weekend.
Hands down.
That was better than the
All right,
Coke 600.
all right, calm down.
Hands down.
No,
Calm
it was
down.
it was
Slaw
bad.
Dog won.
Slaw Dog won.
Slaw dog.
Slaw Dog.
Slaw Dog.
The
Drop,
Yellows.
drop a slaw dog in the chat.
Guinea, slow down.
Yeah, no, it was great. The funniest part to me was how serious the broadcasters took it.
Bro, how many notes did they have?
Oh, they had to have it.
I want to know.
The amount of preparedness.
We're just gonna haul buns and get after it, and we were gonna
Oh, they
relish the
100%.
opportunity.
They 100%.
What about slippery wieners in turn 3?
The last thing you want on this is track as a
They
slippery wiener.
1000% chat GPT hot dog
buns.
innuendos.
Hot dog buns with race cars.
It
Dude,
was awesome.
Hot dog
It was
buns with
great.
race cars.
It was so great.
dude, the part where they get up and they start singing the anthem, and it's just like, "Oh, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener."
Everybody,
please
please
place
put your hand
Yes.
on
Over your
stomach.
Over your
stomach. Dude, I couldn't. I was laughing. I was literally in the office working. I had it up, and then I couldn't work anymore because I was just laughing for the next 20 minutes endlessly because this race was hilarious.
I wasn't going to watch it, and Matt's like, bro, you have to watch it.
It's history.
Yeah, I was like,
I will never miss this race
fine.
again.
I literally put it on. I just like again, I got off early. I was like, let me just throw this thing on, like whatever. And I was like, okay, wow, what the hell?
What did they name the trophy? What's the name of the IndyCar
I
trophy?
don't remember.
The Borgen.
The
I think they called it the Wiener Borgen trophy or something like that. I was like, that's clever.
That's funny, bro.
Oh,
That's
dude,
funny.
it was so funny. That was Yenny. Perfect. You understood the excitement.
slightly scripted, but you know,
Oh, it was heavily scripted. But
I
I
now
don't
it's
care.
time to bring
I don't
that
know
to
why, but
Daytona.
there was like a part of me was like, I really wish they would go all out and like if they wad up a couple wiener cars, like I'm down.
This is how they get rid of the ones that they have to retire. Is they just put them in a racetrack and say, "Have fun."
They're done.
Yep.
These are retiring.
I
Just
wonder
go
who
for
makes
it.
them.
It's got to be some custom job,
I think it's got to be like an RV company, like a Winnebago or something like that.
probably.
You know?
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
I mean, I love that the one was blowing up at the end. They just
That was lap one. That was first lap.
There's
It's
some
like-
guy out there with like a little squirt gun. Like,
just blowing out fog out the
Yeah.
back. Like
that was fun.
it was so much fun.
The fact
It was
they had a
it was
race-
fun. It was actually
that was so much
the
fun.
fact they had a race with vehicles, with people on the racetrack was
that was
wild.
weird. That was real weird.
Right next to the start and finish line. They had
Yeah.
trucks and people lined up watching.
Yeah.
I was like, this seems dangerous, even though it's scripted. This seems too
And
dangerous.
it's-
Like,
they're only doing like 60 miles an
this.
hour, but
This
still.
was too entertaining and can't be just on Friday. It needs to move up into a little more prime time slot.
yes,
yeah.
Yeah,
This was hilarious.
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. No. That race was perfect. That was 100% a checkered flag.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
I
I
don't
want to do
know.
it again. Bring it to
Oh, yeah.
Daytona.
Checker flag.
We need that at NASCAR.
Like Matt said,
I'm
bring it.
down for it to be at Daytona, but I feel like the weenie's gonna roll down the bank.
I was gonna say, I think the minimum
Winnie's a
speed to
rolling.
hit the banking.
Ooh,
I think
probably
the
right.
minimum speed to hit the banking and stay up there is like 60 miles an hour.
And that's like their top
It's
speed.
not- I think that's their
No,
top
it's more
speed.
than that.
Huh?
More than that.
I thought it was like 60.
Especially with
something
that,
like
the weight
Yeah.
of those things. Yeah, probably not
I
gonna.
mean,
make it.
They can do it.
we camped that one year and we watched the Beast try to do it, and it was, I mean, they're shooting like 100 plus, and they couldn't do it. So
Yeah, but the beast also weighs like
16,000
yeah, but
pounds.
the weenie is also considerably top heavy.
that.
Listen, everyone knows
That's
weenies
true.
are top heavy. It's a problem.
Can we dyno test
Hey.
one of those?
BWW.
mobiles?
The BW don't stop.
All right. Anyway.
Don't look that up.
Big weenie whistle.
No, I'm not gonna tell
What were we talking about in the chat about that? We were
Anyway,
waiting for them to bump.
moving on to the actual Indy 500.
Some bump drafting going on.
Basically, right as we get. Okay. No, I don't want to. Yeah, you're right. There
Yeah.
goes that weenie. And all right, so let's talk about the Indy 500. Let's move on before we get off track. We're already almost an hour in and we barely talked about anything. All right, green and yellow. We basically have the start of the Indy 500. Scott McLaughlin wrecks it trying to warm up his tires,
How
puts it in the
sad.
wall.
Big sad,
Big sad for him.
especially since he wrecked on
Do better, be better.
Monday, right?
I don't remember.
Monday or Friday. He wrecked this week in
Yeah.
practice.
It must have been Monday.
Had to be Monday.
Man, I think it was Monday. That was
He
crushing.
just really did not want to start this race.
Dude, like,
He's like, you know
No,
what I
I
can
think
do?
he really did. Like, don't dirty, bro.
Like, you know what I can
That
do?
was,
I
like,
can just
so
destroy the
sad.
car on the front stretch and make it look like an accident. You
I
fired
can't
my
make
was
it to
wild.
Charlotte to watch Larson
fired-
make this race.
fired my
that was worth it.
That
You
was
fired my boss.
on the front stretch too. Like,
Just super weird.
Just-
It was weird. It was
was
real
there
weird.
moisture?
no. It was
I
oil.
don't know, man. Oil
It was
from the
oil from the
wieners?
Hondas.
from the Wienermobiles.
Yeah.
That was man, brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Did
Wow.
Larson say that? That's news to us.
Maybe. I would have doubt it.
I mean, that kind of would explain why that effing idiot wrecked.
Bro, you wrecked 2 cars in like 3 weeks.
I
He just didn't have. He's just determined not to get the 1,100 miles.
dude.
Yeah,
well,
that was a
I
bummer.
think,
I think
that
it's over
ship
now.
has
I mean-
sailed. They're not going to try for a 3P.
I don't think he's
What
doing it.
is-
again.
I mean,
To
he
your
wrecked 2
deal-
cars in a matter of 8 hours too.
yeah.
I mean,
today. So
1,100 miles, more like 6 40.
I don't even think he got that many.
I don't
He's
think
a
he
cold
even got
Denny.
600.
I think he got less than 5.
He wrecked it what, like one lap 150 in Indy?
Yeah. I'm not good. I'm not.
I
doing
don't know.
that.
I'm not doing the math, but like, yeah, no, it wasn't impressive today.
Yep. All right, moving on to some other things. Green flag, wreck. We on pit road. VK basically spins, couldn't get it slowed down and spins all the way down pit road.
Some
Yeah, that was
kind of
crazy.
brake issue. That was crazy.
That was a little wild.
Which then totally sparked a whole crazy bunch of stuff on pit road, which had
The rookie?
the rookie Robert.
Dude, that
Took out people.
Dude, he
Bro,
took out like 2 or 3
I
of
was
his
like,
guys.
I told Matt
like
about it.
your
I was
one
like,
rule.
Matt, I was like, he just wiped us. He was like, Matt's like, I root for Brad. Like he hits
he hits
his people
everyone.
all the
Yeah,
time.
that's
Like,
fine.
whatever,
Like, they
no
just
big deal.
bounce.
And I like Matt, like, no, you need to come watch this replay. And Matt's
You're
like,
like,
ooh, what happened to that guy's knees? Like,
Dude,
I'm like,
I
yeah,
think
bro,
it-
it's bad. I'm trying to tell you.
Dude, the rear changer literally got hit. His knees went completely sideways, and he just like rolled over the back
You got
wall.
hit by the car and sent his knees into the pit road wall.
Yeah,
destroyed him. I was
Yeah.
like, well,
As
I'm not on his team next year.
As our friend might say, he's got them sonic knees now.
Yeah,
Sonic
Sonic,
knees.
Sonic
The
knees
Sonic
in the concrete
knees.
wall.
between him and then I think it was his fueler, dude. That fueler was like pinned in there.
Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. How you gonna fill my car?
That was wild. And then
I'm trying, Robert.
No,
The same
don't
sequence-
watch the slow mo. Watch it at full speed, and it's much worse.
yeah,
The slow mo does not look that bad.
then the sequence got even crazier because we had the pit road fire
That was
with
terrifying.
Alexander Rossi.
Yeah.
Scott
Dude.
Dixon was on fire too before the race even started.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's normal.
It was just they told the funniest part about this Scott Dixon was like they're just like go faster, it'll put it out. And I'm like, no, I'm on fire. Like what? Like
Very
no, go
Brad
faster.
thing
It's
to
our
do.
brakes. They just need cooling. And I'm like, I don't think that's the problem, guys. we shouldn't. We're not going that fast. We shouldn't be on fire. Period. Right now.
If
That
I'm
was-
fire
that was
going
pretty
slow,
fun.
I shouldn't be on fire going fast. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The faster you go, you start the oxygen.
But no, that fire wreck in pit road was pretty gnarly.
That was wild.
Because I mean, it was like it got somehow goes flooded. It got into the pits itself over the
Yeah.
wall.
It was the
You had the
fueler,
crew
right?
guy-
Has the arms on fire.
I think it was either the fueler or the guy that was trying to put it out. I couldn't tell for sure. But a guy there was a
Somebody
guy.
right there had his arms on fire.
Yeah, for a
for like-
while.
Yeah, for a minute.
And keep in mind, this is the fuel that
And he's
Jake
like,
was
he's
saying.
like looking at other people like,
well, yeah. And keep in mind, this is the fuel that burns clear a lot of times. It
Can,
can.
Yeah.
that was wild.
So like he could have still been on fire, even we wouldn't have seen it on the TV. That's wild.
Yeah.
So-
Anyways, Indy was exciting.
Yeah.
Just like a super quick sidebar. Like if you're on fire in an Indy car, it must be crazy because at least in NASCAR, if you blow up or if you're on fire, you can probably see it, or it's probably in the cab with you. But in IndyCar, it's like that Joker's behind you and you can't even.
You
really
have no
tell.
idea.
It's funny.
No.
Not funny, but it's interesting because that car caught
No,
fire.
it's so funny. It's so hilarious.
That's not funny. It's not funny. That car caught fire,
Look at him,
and
so fire.
dude, Alexander
this guy.
Rossi was out of that car so fast,
Super quick.
like
Yeah.
zoom, like
Yeah,
out.
he got out quick.
He was like, I don't know what's going on, but it's hot. I'm out. Like,
Dude, and
Yeah.
then immediately
don't
the
like
first
it.
thing he does when he gets out is like, not, oh, thank God I'm not on fire. Was just like, oh, I'm pissed. I'm going to throw my gloves. And he's
Oh, he was
just
while,
mad.
while everybody's like spraying with fire retardant.
meanwhile, his team is like burning alive. And he's just like, this sucks.
My arm is still on fire.
Take my gloves and I threw them on the ground.
On fire,
Okay.
Lord.
But DJ, tell us who won the race.
Well,
I honestly forgot to. I was going to bring it up.
I
and
was a
like,
little stressed out because that was when the internet was going down and I was running all over the place.
Do you remember?
No,
I forgot who won the IndyCar race.
Oh, God.
It was his second win, right?
no, I
No,
know.
it was his
I know,
first.
I know.
Pillow.
No, it's Alex Pillow again.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, Alex.
Because
okay,
he's
I got
won
it.
every
5
race
out of
but
6.
one. Won every race this year
Disgusting.
but one.
Thank God for Kirkwood.
He did something.
But yeah, but it is a straight up race. Like he did.
Oh, he earned it. He earned
yeah.
it.
Good.
I'm not
race.
gonna lie. There was a point where Connor Daly was looking really solid, and I'm like, that'd be cool.
I was rooting for Connor. Like
I was
hard.
rooting for
And he
New
just
Garden
disappeared.
too.
I'm like, oh.
New Garden would have been a cool storyline. Coming from the back, getting a 3-peat, that would have been cool.
Could have been as good as Ross.
But he's not.
He's not as good as Ross, bro. Ross started from the rear with
Ross
no
has a better
draft.
Ross has a better
With
jawline.
no draft. He had everyone to draft off of.
And so I mean, you had several good storylines, but Palou winning, super cool. To see that. But like I said, like Jake said, 5th win out of 6 races.
Hey,
He's
The Max Verstappen
not
of the IndyCar.
He's not a Penske driver,
I know.
it's Chip Ganassi, right?
Yeah.
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 Chip Ganassi.
and he is like, I'm gonna show you what a butt whooping looks like this week.
You think
next
Kyle
week,
Busch whenever
the next week,
it
the
was
next
like,
week,
"Hi,
the
Chip."
next week. Like,
Kyle,
Hi,
Chip.
not Alex Palou is, man, dude is seriously kicking butt.
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
Super cool.
As Yenny said, dude's a wheel man.
A wheel man.
A wheel man.
Hot foot with
He's
a
not
wheel
a real man. He's a wheel man.
Oh my god.
He's a Willy
stop.
wheel
He's a
man.
wheel man.
All right. Let's move on to trucks. You guys are going to have to help me with this because I didn't get a chance to watch trucks or Xfinity. All right. Trucks, fairly calm by truck standards. Corey Heim secures his 4th win of the year.
Insane, honestly. Like Corey Heim, already on his 4th win.
It's basically
Yeah.
Corey Heim and then everybody else.
like Chandler Smith has 2 wins, and then I think everyone else has been won by Cup Series drivers.
Part-time cup guys.
Yes. Like,
yeah.
I'm fairly certain that's how. Like your Ty Majeski hasn't gotten a win. Your Grant Infinger
Finger.
hasn't gotten
No.
a win. Riggs hasn't gotten a win yet. Hocevar hasn't gotten a win. It's just like it's Corey Heim versus the field. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I appreciated when they were talking about him that they did like I don't remember what the exact number was, but it was like a 73 or like a 75 race comparison to him and Kyle Busch. Like the
Yeah.
first 75 races or first 70 something races in the truck series.
I think it was only 24. Like first.
I think
24.
it was less. Yeah.
No, well maybe it was.
Yeah.
No. I don't remember what number
It
it
doesn't
was.
matter. Anyway.
Doesn't matter. I thought it was like a lot more than that, but anyway,
I could totally be wrong.
it doesn't matter.
I think
Numbers were extremely similar,
Yeah.
like extremely similar to Kyle Busch, like back.
Heim
in his
versus Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
At
It was
this
like
point in his
through,
career.
through X number of races that we don't know, but
Yeah,
the
but
numbers
the-
were
the
very
thing
similar. I'm
is,
like,
like,
that's pretty cool.
Kyle Busch got into the cup when he was like 18.
Yeah, Corey Heim's 20, 21.
Yeah.
So like
Funny man.
I agree with you as far as
Yeah.
starts go, but don't forget there's some age discrepancy there
Yeah.
as far as progression through the series.
Kyle Busch and Joey
Kyle Busch is
Logano
the
were-
reason why you have to be 18 to run on big tracks.
Yes.
He's too good.
The
I
best.
mean,
Not today, but
He was.
The GOAT
He was.
outside of stage 2.
outside of stage
Yeah.
2.
All right. Kyle Busch did not have speed in the car for the win.
No, he openly said it.
Yeah.
He did not have the car. I mean, I think he was a top 5,
Yeah,
Somewhere. Yeah. Right around
but
there.
he came out. He's like, listen, this was not the speed that a KBM truck has. Even though he's not in KBM, it's all Spire now. But he's like, it's not the speed we're used to. So a little disappointed on that side.
Only one natural caution through the whole race.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It was
it was nothing
fairly
too crazy.
It's
It was a very clean race.
it's wild
Yes.
how clean the trucks have gotten now that Hocevar's out of it.
insane, right?
It's wild.
Lane Riggs tries to really spice up the fruit
I was
basket.
gonna say, wrecking on teammates and stuff.
trying.
Trying.
And failing, but that's okay. Live and learn. So
Uh,
that's about it.
But
with
neither
trucks.
here nor there.
Yeah, trucks there wasn't a whole lot. Race for the Xfinity, generally mid. Was that
It was very similar to the truck race, in my opinion. I kind of put some of these notes
Very-
in here, but it was the Justin Allgaier versus William Byron show.
I was gonna say that was
Yeah.
that was
The whole fight, the whole war.
And then I
Um,
guess Byron had a speeding penalty on stage 2.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was pretty much gonna. I don't want to say lead the whole race, but that fight, it was very reminiscent of Denny Hamlin and William Byron today. It was like that.
Yeah.
You take 10 laps, I take 10 laps. You take 10 laps, I take 10 laps. So it's like he got hit with the speeding penalty right at the end of stage 2, and he had to start. I think he was like 20th, 21st, because of lap cars and all that nonsense. And yeah, he came back and came back for the win.
I mean, the highlight was just
It took him
just
100 laps, but he did it.
the highlight was just Allgaier blowing the wind, and then Jake getting super pissed. He's like, I hate Xfinity. It happens every week. He's like Kurt Busch, but for Xfinity. He's
I
like,
was guaranteed I was going to lose it.
every freaking week. I hate my
Yeah.
job.
It was funny because like in me and Matt's little league that we do, like trucks, like, I'm doing great. Xfinity, you're doing great.
No, I'm always good at trucks. I'm good at trucks.
Oh
you're good
yeah,
at
you know,
Xfinity.
yeah. So
This was a weird random win. I was just like, you picked Byron already this year? I was like, Byron, that's easy.
I picked Byron at Coda, and I lost with Byron.
No, you got the win at Coda.
No.
Fairly certain you got the win.
No, when I picked Byron, I did not get points.
Okay.
It might not be Coda, but like when I picked
Yeah.
Byron, I did not. You won. And, like you won the race. You got 2 points. Like
I might have had like Hocevar or something like that. That's why.
I don't know. Anyways, but yeah,
Yenny
Fun.
was asking how we watch the Xfinity races. I use YouTube TV and just watch it through their app.
Pretty much.
I don't use the CW app.
yeah, no, pretty much.
I don't know if it's bad or not. I don't the battle cam. I don't know. I just use the direct broadcast through YouTube TV.
Yeah. The last thing I really kind of want to point out with Xfinity was Austin Dillon and Chase Briscoe.
See you, Jason.
They were nowhere to be found in the whole race.
That was wild.
Very mid pack, very 15th. Like, did not show up.
Who? Sorry.
Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon. Are you
Yeah.
sleeping over there?
Yeah.
It's late, bro.
Sorry, I was reading some of the things. Yeah.
Yeah, Austin Dillon and Chase Briscoe. Just two cup guys that should come in with really powerful cars and
Especially
good
like
engines, and
they
weren't there.
Like Austin Dillon showed up in the RCR stuff, which like Cup isn't the best, but like
It's
in
pretty good.
Xfinity, like it's pretty
It's a
dope.
top tier ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do gotta say before we move on, beyond Xfinity, like it was pretty cool to like work on the 71 this week.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
you worked on the 71.
Yeah.
71 Xfinity car. Just to
Yes,
clarify.
sir.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, McDowell.
No. 71 Ryan Ellis.
They both got top 10s.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the whole thing about what I did, but it was a bunch. Worked hard, fun. Top 8.
Proud of you. Good
Hey,
job.
No, that
That was
is
pretty
super
fun.
cool.
Pretty
super,
fun.
super cool that you got that.
Yes, sir. That was awesome.
All right, so let's kind of go into the NAS news section of the week. Sorry if we're a little dragging. It's starting to get really late, and we're starting to get really tired.
The tiredness.
It's
real
hitting.
fast.
Motorsports Christmas has been a very long day.
Yeah, I think we got to start wrapping this up a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Penske
I'm
fires
working
everybody.
We talked
William
about it.
Byron signs 4-year contract.
And loses today.
on it. No one cares.
And
And
sniffs too much paint.
Kyle Busch signs a 1-year extension with RCR.
Yeah,
And then-
that I found pretty interesting.
and then proceeds to blow up in
yeah,
practice.
yeah. He's like
He didn't even
re-signing
practice.
for another year at RCR because I like pain.
Matt, can you read that last note?
No, I
Roger
can't.
Penske. What does it say?
I can't.
No?
Don't sugarcoat it.
I don't
We
know what
all
it says.
know.
Roger Penske fires everyone in IndyCar to save his
Donkey.
Donkey
donkey.
and the sport.
And the
Don't
sport.
sugarcoat it. We all know.
Jake, that is a wild note. Why would you put that in
That's
there?
not my note. That's your
I'm
note.
fairly certain you put that in there. You told me.
Man, where are we racing
I don't know.
next
That
week?
that just
I
sounds like
honestly
Nashville.
don't know. I think you're right. I think it is Nashville. I'm gonna
Isn't
be
it
honest.
kind of sad that like, man,
Motorsports Christmas is over.
right?
That's
This
the
is-
last one.
I'm not gonna lie. This has been an up and down day for me because of all the internet troubles and all the stuff. Like
We had food.
Today
We
has-
had
Today
racing.
has been a struggle.
It's
We had
been-
lightning. We had friends.
It's been a long.
Then we
day.
fried everything. The
Matt
camera
drank-
wasn't working for a
Matt
while.
drank too much milk.
The milk was delicious.
It was good.
I have never seen somebody drink too much milk to
Dude,
like
Matt
they like
literally-
tap out of like drinking beer.
I
Had so much
didn't want
milk.
to mix.
He's like, it's not gonna sit well. with me.
So I
No
actually
beer.
I watched all the races on my phone because I didn't show up until like later on. But when I got here for the 600, Matt's like, "Man, I get pretty tired. I drink too
I was
much
full.
milk."
It was
No,
full.
but that was the thing he said though. It was like this the correlation he made. He was like, "I'm so tired. I drink too much milk." It's just like, what? Like,
Well, in all fairness, right after we did that, I was outside grilling in this Florida heat. Like,
Yeah.
wow, this is really hot out here,
Yeah,
guys.
milk.
it was hot.
Hey, Jeff, I'm so happy you're gonna be
definitely
cooking next time
before-
for us, man. Thank
before-
you.
I'm surprised Jeff still feels this good because like we were up till 2:00 in the morning playing darts.
You'll be up till 2:00 today.
Yeah, pretty
Huh?
close.
I said you're gonna be up till 2 o'clock today.
23 hours.
Like-
Woo!
Definitely. So before we wrap up and everything, I do want to say happy Memorial Day to everybody because it is Monday now officially.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the service members that do what you guys do, so we can have all this fun here and do all and celebrate Motorsports Christmas. So definitely make sure that if you see anybody out there, definitely thank them for their service. We really appreciate you guys. I know you guys don't get enough praise as it is. It's kind of a thankless thing, but you know what? We really do appreciate it. Definitely make sure you keep in mind why we get to have this day. So that's super important. I want to make sure we highlight that before.
Yeah, it's such a blessing.
Absolutely.
Such a blessing to be able to remember people who have gave up themselves so
Pay
that we can
the
be here.
ultimate price. You know.
You know, that
I
we
mean,
could be
we
here
even
and
have
do
the
stuff like
we got
this.
the tire for it and everything.
Yep. Honor and remember. You know, it's important day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So,
it is. It's a super important day. I definitely don't want to like belittle that in any way.
No, yes, sir. I agree.
But it's been an absolute blast of a Motorsports Christmas, y'all. We survived. It's been fun.
We don't have Monaco next year, but we should definitely do it again.
We're gonna do it again.
And actually,
We're actually going to Indy next year.
I think me and Matt are talking about going to Indy.
Anyone else want to go?
I'm not committing yet.
Yeah, you are.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, like, share, follow on all social platforms on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and make sure. Oh, wait.
By the
and-
way,
sorry,
do
go
y'all
ahead.
know Ross won the World 600 tonight?
Yes, he did. Woo! Let's go. Who? Whoa. Somebody messaged and said I was speaking. That's weird.
Let me go to
Join the Here for the Speed Discord. It's a community by fans, for fans. I don't know. And we're all dropping content throughout the whole week and everything. So definitely make sure you guys get on there. And we'll see you guys next week after whatever race it is and after we go to sleep. See y'all and have a good weekend.
Morning.